Hi students, in the last lecture I gave you a brief description about the electromagnetic waves. That is, as mentioned before, energy can be transported from one point, that is where a transmitter is located, that is transmitting area. We are transmitting the data to another point, that is the receiving side, by means of electromagnetic waves. The rate of such energy transportation, it can be obtained by using the Maxwell's equation. Next we are going to discuss about that. That is the Poynting theorem and Poynting vector. The Poynting theorem, it is used to find the power in an electromagnetic wave. That is, we are transmitting the electromagnetic waves from a transmitter and it is received at the other side by using a receiver, and we have to find out how much energy is transferred in that electromagnetic wave. It can be found out with the help of this Maxwell's equation. We derive a formula, and that formula is known as the Poynting theorem. And the Poynting theorem, it explains the power density of electromagnetic wave, and it is based on Maxwell's equation. The theorem states that in a uniform plane, at any point, the product of electric field intensity E and the magnetic field intensity H is a measure of rate of energy flow at that point. That is, in a uniform plane wave, at any point, the product of electric field E and the magnetic field intensity H is a measure of energy flow at that point. That is, we are considering a particular point and we have to find out the energy flow at that particular point. Then the energy or power at that point is equal to E cross H. It is the product of electric field and the product of magnetic field. Or the vector product of, we can define the Poynting theorem in another way. That is, the vector product of electric field intensity and magnetic field intensity at any point is a measure of the rate of energy flow per unit area at that point. So it is stating that we are going to find out the power at a particular point by using this theorem, and we are taking some point, and according to that, by considering that point, we have to find out the power. So that power should be the product of the electric field and the magnetic field of that particular point. And this is the Poynting theorem interpretation. Here the power is flowing inside a volume or a particular area, and the power is flowing outwards here, and in between, by considering that particular area, the power is stored in this area. Some of the power is stored in the form of magnetic energy and some power is stored in the form of electrical energy, and there are also having some ohmic losses. So the total power in and total power out can be find out. That is the total power which is leaving from the volume. This is the volume we are considering here, and the total power which is going out of this volume, it is equal to the rate of decrease in energy stored in electric and magnetic fields minus the ohmic power dissipated. That is, the rate of decrease in this energy stored in this magnetic circuit and electric circuit minus the ohmic losses will be giving the power out from this particular volume. So the next point is that the direction of flow, it is perpendicular to E and H. The direction of power flow it is perpendicular to this both electric field and magnetic field H. Next we go to the proof of this Poynting theorem. So the Poynting theorem is nothing but we are considering a particular point and we have to find out the power at that particular point. It is the product of the electric field and magnetic field of that particular point. So from Maxwell's equation, we know the equation, that is del cross H is equal to, we can be written as J plus dou D divided by dou T. And this dou D divided by dou T can be taken as D dot. And from Ampere's circuital law, del cross H can be written as J plus D dot or D dash. Take the dot product with respect to E. So we are taking the dot product by E. Then we get E dot del cross H is equal to, here also we are taking the E dot J plus E dot D dash. Mark it as equation number 1. And by using the identity equation for vectors, we know the equation, that is del dot A cross B, it is equal to B dot del cross A minus A dot del cross B. It is the identity equation for the vectors. And from the equation, we know the equation for Poynting theorem, that is the total power P is equal to E cross H or E into H. Here in the case of A, here we are taking E, and in the place of B we are taking H. So this equation can be written as del dot E cross H is equal to H dot del cross E minus E dot del cross H. Mark this equation as equation number 2 and substitute the value of equation 2 in equation 1. Then we get H dot, we know the equation 1 is this one. This one is the first equation. Now we get the value for E dot del cross H and put that value here. That is H dot del cross E minus del dot E cross H, that is the value of E dot del cross H, is equal to the first equation, that is E dot J plus E dot D dash or D dot, and mark it as equation number 3. And from Maxwell's equation, del cross E can be written as minus dou B divided by dou T, and this is equal to minus B dot minus H dot B dot, that is del cross E, is replaced by this minus B dot. So this equation can be written as minus H dot B dot. This equation is becoming minus del dot then E cross H is equal to E dot J plus E dot D dash. We know B can be written as mu into H and D is equal to epsilon E. So the equation minus del dot E cross H is equal to E dot J plus this E dot J plus this D dash, and D can be replaced by this. So epsilon E dot E dash plus mu H dot H dash or dot. Then we know dou by dou T of this one E dot E is equal to, we apply the partial fraction, partial derivative, we take the partial derivative, then after applying that we get the answer is 2E dot E dot or 2E dot E dash. Don't be confused with the E dot and E dash. Then dou E square divided by dou T square is equal to 2E dot E dash. That is E dot E dash is equal to, from this equation we can be written as half dou E square divided by dou T square. in a similar way, we can write this h dot h dash is equal to half dou h square divided by dou t. By applying that values, we get minus del dot E cross H is equal to E dot J plus epsilon half dou by dou T E square plus mu half dou H square divided by dou T. That is minus del dot E cross H is equal to E dot J plus dou by dou T. It is common in this, so we are taking that dou by dou T outside, dou by dou T half epsilon E square plus half mu H square, and integrate the above expression over the volume V. So this we are going to take the integration over a volume. So volume integral del dot E cross H dV, it is equal to volume integral E dot J dV plus volume integral dou by dou T of half epsilon E square plus half mu H square dV. So we know this value is equal to the surface integral E cross H ds minus surface integral E cross H ds is equal to this volume integral E dot J dV plus volume integral dou by dou T half epsilon E square plus half mu H square dV. So by Poynting theorem, this E cross H, the product of E and H, we get the value P. So E cross H is equal to P, then this term becomes the surface integral P dot ds is equal to volume integral E dot J dV plus volume integral dou by dou T half epsilon E square plus half mu H square dV. This is the Poynting theorem. So the term volume integral E dot J dV, it represents the total power dissipated in a volume V, and E dot J indicates the power dissipated per unit volume. So the next term, that is minus dou by dou T of volume integral half mu H square plus half epsilon E square dV. It represents the stored energy, that is stored energy in the magnetic field and also electric field. That is the magnetic stored energy and electric energy in the volume V is decreasing. How much amount of this magnetic energy and electric energy in that volume is decreasing, we get that value by this term minus dou by dou T of volume integral mu by 2 H square plus epsilon by 2 E square. Here mu by 2 H square is the magnetic energy density and epsilon by 2 E square is the electric energy density. And the third term, that is the minus surface integral E cross H ds, it represents the rate of flow of energy inward through the surface of the volume. That is the energy which is flowing inward is taking as minus symbol, that is minus surface integral E cross H ds, and the term, that is surface integral E cross H ds, represents the rate of energy flow outward from the surface of the volume. Here it is flowing outward is taking as positive symbol. So the total power flow within that area is P is equal to E cross H. This is the Poynting theorem. Then next is the Poynting vector. The Poynting vector, it is represented by the letter P. It measures the rate of flow of energy of the wave as it propagates. That is the electromagnetic wave propagation is dealing here. That is the Poynting vector P. It measures the rate of flow of energy of the wave as it propagates. This is about the Poynting theorem and the Poynting vector. Thank you.